Have a look. Have a look.
What?
It's done. The Death Star window is in. Look at that bad boy. We got sandwiched between 2 panes of glass, so it's triple glazed, and we've got darkened lead, and we did some Minster glass with different patterns, so it kind of diffuses the Death Star window. But I'm so happy with how that came out, exactly how I envisioned it, and it's just a little cherry on top for the mezzanine area. Let's go.
So that was May 4th.
Really good, actually. I always get a little bit anxious towards the time, you know, because there's a lot of prep to do, getting things ready on the store, answering emails and so on. It went way better than I expected. And you know what they say, Jamie?
What?
If you always have low expectations, then you can never really be disappointed.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Any more for us?
Any more quotes and sayings?
Yep.
Do you know the difference between knowledge and wisdom, Jamie?
What?
Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, and wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
Let's move on, Cal.
Okay, we've had a delivery of Rockwool this morning, which NG is kindly going to advertise for us. Very good, NG. Look at him go, the man himself, always working hard. Because we got copyrighted on the last video, I'll do the music. You're simply the best. Dun, dun, dun. We won't get copyrighted for that, will we, Joe?
Better than all the rest.
Yeah! So we got the Rockwool delivery. We've got quite a lot of it. If you don't know what Rockwool is, they're like insulation slabs. You put them behind the plasterboard, between the stud walls, and that is probably some of the best stuff. So that's gonna insulate the walls nicely. We just literally cut it up into pieces. You kind of stuff it in. You close them, put the second piece of plasterboard on, and that's it. Walls insulated, good to go. Let's get inside.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Have a look, Jamie. Look how nice this came out. We've got 4 lovely openings. The same brick that we put on the outside of the building is now on the inside of the building. I've obviously got my idea for the tactical displays for in here, but I don't know why, now that it's been done, I'm kind of on the fence about it. So, guys, if you're watching, leave a comment below. Do you think I should just put normal, like, clear glazing units in there, just to see through clearly? Or do you think I should put some of those Star Wars style tactical displays in? But I'm just a bit iffy about it, because I say to myself, it's just nice to sort of see through. If we've got these lines and LED lights, it might be a bit distracting, but you guys can tell me what you think. Leave the comments below, we'll go from there. Following on from that, we have ordered the car lift. June 17th it's going to be installed, and we're just going to get ready to mark out where we want to position the lift. It's going to be roughly, I think the rear post will be in line with here, and that way the car won't hang over too far and there's room to move around the car if we're doing any bits and bobs. That's going to be installed here. It's just literally 4 posts. It's got a motor that raises it. It's single phase. We don't need 3-phase power for it, but we're just sort of preparing the area for that. We'll mark it out on the ground so that when they come to install it, it's a dead easy install for them. They just come, drill the post in, hook it all up. I don't know the rest of the process. I'm literally guessing right now. We've also started to run some dado trunking. Dado, me say dado. This is the trunking that we use for putting on the electrical sockets, data sockets. The reason why we chose dado trunking is because we can run data cables, we can run the electric cables. It's just a nice way of running them all with easy access to change them in future if we need to. You know, if we want to move a socket from here and move it to here, it's super easy to do that because of the dado trunking. We'll just literally plasterboard up to it. I don't think we're putting plasterboard here, but in the other areas where we have dado, which we'll show you in a sec, we can plasterboard up to it so it doesn't stick out too much. But I really wanted this warehouse to be something that we could chop and change in future quite easily. So this is a good solution for that. From the inside, you can see how nice it looks now. We've got the facing bricks enclosing those steel columns that were there before. No more looking at these kind of rusted columns that have been painted and sealed. It's all covered nicely in this facing brick, and it's just like a totally different space to when you're out there. So exciting to be in this space now, to think about what's going to be like to work in here. We've also run the dado trunking for where the packing desks are going to be. So we've got a dado trunking above and also below. The reason why we've done that is because the desks come to about sort of here, and we want to have equipment plugged in underneath the desk, like the computers or label printers. Anything that we might need to plug in quickly, we can plug in above the desk. So if we want to be using any sort of like Dremels or something to quickly adjust it before it gets packed, we can just do it, quickly plug it in, unplug it. But everything that's going to be permanently plugged in can just be underneath the desk. So we've got that double level dado trunk in there. We've also got some other cables ready. They're going to be hooked up once the sockets come and the back boxes. And then, Jamie, 3D printing room's looking pretty good. Look at this door.
Would you look at this?
The size of it. So I'm about what? 185 centimeters. This is like a 2.7 meter door. Now we do have to put a door stop in because it hits just about there, but you know, we don't need to have it open any more than that. We'll probably put a little door stop just down there. so it doesn't open too far or hit the plasterboard in future. But these are some really lovely, hefty aluminium doors, thick glass, and we got them for an absolute steal. So it'd be a shame to waste them. And it really makes the 3D printing room look quite nice. Come in. Now that I'm even in this space, I realise it would sort of been crazy to be a showroom. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. We've got all of the dado trunking in place. We've also got the trunking that is going to bring the cables down. You can see we've got some of them just hanging up there, ready to be pulled in for when we hook everything up. We're going to put resin printers on this side, away from the sun, because the more sun you have against resin, it cures the resin, so we kind of want to keep it out of the sun. This will probably be more of an area for doing post-processing, so cleaning off dust, taking off supports, cleaning and washing resin, that sort of process. We are going to have so much space in here to add more printers, perhaps bigger systems. I mean, come on, look at the size of the space in here. There's so much that we can do, so many activities.
So many activities!
We've just left certain areas open because we've ordered the lights. We've started to get all the schematics done for that, so we've got to leave certain areas open that we can't board just yet until those lights go in. But in terms of this room, it's really starting to get there. Some of the cables for the aircon are also going to be running out of there. Once we button this room up, we can start to plaster it. And you can sort of see what I mean when I mentioned about the plasterboard butting up against the dado. It's probably only coming out about 15 mil, so it doesn't even look too bad. But in terms of being able to adjust this in future, there's so much that we can do. We can just change anything because of this trunking. Really, really looking forward to getting this whole area skimmed up and getting some printers in here so we can start cracking on. Look at the thought process. Papa. Papa. What's going on? What's happening?
Just fine-tuning the electrical upstairs.
Good.
So you've got the insulation. You should be putting the insulation here.
Oh, up in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's slab. They just fit in there nicely.
You just cut them and stuff them in.
Yeah.
And when do you want to get the metal frame system for dropping the roof?
I'm going to go and buy it now.
Okay. You're in deep thought. I can see you're in deep thought.
My biggest concern is now wiring for the fire alarm.
So the guys might be coming today. He texted me.
After that, we should be rolling.
All right, perfect.
We've got all this area ready for stuff on. So we've got plenty of work there.
Yep.
We've got plenty of work here. By the time he's done that, we're going to start putting the frame.
Lovely.
Yeah.
High five. There we go. For the inventory space, we're storing the Rockwell in here at the moment because we just got that delivery. Plenty of packs here. So the inventory space is a bit of a storeroom at the moment, which is intended for anyway, for this Rockwell. But soon, this is all going to be gone and in the walls. More plasterboard has been done in this area. We've started boarding the place where we're going to put our milling machine and lathe. More dado trunk in there for any additional tools or machinery that we want to have there, maybe a pillar drill and so on. We've also started to board the bathroom with moisture resistance plasterboard, which is the blue plasterboard. We don't need to go in there because it's just a toilet. There's nothing exciting about it. Mustafa is working extremely hard getting the rest of the boarding done around here. It's starting to become a little bit brighter. It's not so grey. We've got a socket here as well. We're going to have some more sockets and data points here. We're probably going to have the fire alarm system, like the main hub here. And then also we've got a little reception area. There's going to be some dado trunking just behind there. This is where Mustafa's working, so we're not going to disturb him. We're going to head upstairs and have a look at some of the electrics that we've been doing there. Despite it being a little bit untidy in here, we are using it to store some materials. You can see we've got our first air conditioner cassette that's in there. It's going to sit flush with this part of the ceiling. We're also going to be running some lights along this area. We didn't want to put lights in here before, but when we met with the lighting guys, they recommended we just maybe put a few square spotlights that are in here. Now we've started chasing some of the sockets in. We're going to have a socket here, up here. So if we want to put a TV on the wall, we can have it up here. We've also got a little socket down here in case we want to plug in any accessories, media device, thing like PlayStation or whatever. This area, we're getting ready for that. We've got the spur just hanging out from there in the corner for when we want to connect power to the Millennium Falcon set area. We've also got our spur in that corner, which is going to be for the automatic opening doors. The preparation for this area has come along quite nicely. We can't plaster in here yet until we've got the back boxes for the lights. If you look up in the apex, we've left that part open because we need to put those back boxes in and they get plastered in for us to connect the lights into. Until those lights arrive, we can't close this area off. So it was a real priority for us to get the lighting order sorted so that we can get those back boxes in fabrication as soon as possible, get them in, plasterboard this area up and get that bloody set made because I'm so excited for it. And we'll have a look at some of the other rooms now because the electricians here, Craig and Brad, are working really hard. That's good, isn't it? Cables, cables, cables. We've got cables in Mum's office that's sticking out. We've got them coming down. More cables coming round for things like the aircon, the other side of the sockets. Photo and video studio, another room. We've been getting many of the cables ready for, popping in here, there, and everywhere. It's just the best way to do it before we close everything up. Run all the cables in, get them where they need to be. Craig and Brad, again, are working hard. They've been working in this room as well this morning. You can see we've got some areas being ready. This is my office. We decided to put another back box up here because I thought, you know, there's people who have like those mega desks.
Mega desk.
Where you've got desk, 2 monitors, a big TV above those 2 monitors. So I thought that would be quite cool to do in here. There's been loads of times I've been wanting to watch something while I'm working. I can just slap it on there, do whatever. More back boxes in here, ready to be chased in. I know wiring lightsabers might be a bit difficult, but this is a whole nother kettle of fish doing all this stuff. So massive respect to the guys working doing the electrics in here. Kitchen-wise, I haven't ordered the kitchen yet, but we've given them the drawings. Our account's been set up, so we want to order that as soon as possible. And if you have a look in the storeroom, Craig's in here. A wild Craig. Hello. We got him. So that's everything in terms of the electrics that's happening in these rooms. Not much has changed apart from that. So we're gonna let the guys crack on, finish everything up here, get the insulation in between the walls, close them off, and that's it. We'll be done. We can get ready for plastering. So as always, guys, thanks very much for watching and following along. If you're enjoying this type of content, make sure that you like and subscribe, and you can continue to see the development of the warehouse. And as always, guys, we will see you in the next episode. Peace.
No. No.
Hello there. Is that the last one, is it?
Do you not think you should be helping, Cal?
Hold on, NG. Leave this to me, buddy. Hand it over. Oh, this is easy.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on and cast your fears aside.
All in a day's work.